friends, it's Claudia. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I will be sharing with you 50 facts about me so you can get to know me better. Timestamps will be linked in the description box below if you want to click around to find what you want to know more about me. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Name. My name is Claudia. I was indirectly named after the German supermodel Claudia Schiffer, and that's because my mom's really into fashion, and during the 90s, there were two supermodels that were like in every runway show, and that was Claudia Schiffer and Naomi Campbell. And my mom was choosing between the names Claudia and Naomi, and obviously she went with Claudia. Birthday. My birthday is on August 25th. My astrological sign is Virgo. For personality types, for the MBTI one, I'm an INTJ turbulent, and then for the Enneagram, I am a 4-wing 3. I am 5'5" or 165 centimeters. For nationality, I am Canadian. Where am I from? Well, I was born and raised in Canada until the age of 9, and then I lived in Hong Kong for 7 years. Occupation. I'm an actor in film and TV, and I guess now I am a YouTube content creator. Do I have siblings? Yes, I have a younger brother, and he's 2 years younger than me. My strengths. So I would say I'm quite meticulous. I pay a great attention to detail. I am resilient. I know what it takes to persevere. I am intuitive. And for weaknesses, well, I can be highly critical on myself and very harsh on myself. I can be an overthinker and an overanalyzer, and I can be impatient. And I think my impatience stems from just wanting things to meet my pace and just being hungry for life and wanting to achieve all the things I want to achieve. And I'm working on that. Patience is a virtue. It truly is. Food I like. I love sushi and cheesecake. Favorite season. I love autumn and summer. Social media. I only have one form of social media, and that is Instagram, so you can check me out at ClaudiaKai_. I feel like a bit of an old person because I don't really touch my social media besides YouTube. But I guess I gotta keep up with the times. I'm trying. It takes a lot of energy out of me for some reason. Favorite quote. I have two, and the first one is from John Steinbeck, and he said, "If it is right, it happens. The main thing is not to hurry. Nothing good gets away." And the second one would be from Winston Churchill, and he said, "If you're going through hell, keep going." And I think those two are basically the same thing. They hold the same sentiment of just having to keep your eyes forward, to keep pushing forward, to not dwell on your mistakes or the past, to know that everything is temporary and that everything is in flux and no feeling is final. And if you're having a bad day, that bad day only lasts for 24 hours or however long you want it to last, and to know that you have the power to keep going. Languages. So I speak 4 languages. I speak English, Cantonese, Mandarin, and French. My French is pretty iffy at the moment because I just don't use it anymore. I'm not in school, so but I would like to pick it back up. And I would love to learn Japanese and Korean. When I lived in Hong Kong, I went to a French international school on an academic scholarship. I was a competitive figure skater and ice hockey player, and I played for Hong Kong for ice hockey. On the subject matter of physical activity, I've never broken a bone in my body so far, or that we know of. But I have injured my body a ton, and that's just from years of training, skating, dancing, swimming, martial arts, the whole shebang. I did a lot of physical activities growing up as a kid, and it's taking a toll. Yeah, I feel like an old person, even though I'm only 22. It's great. Do I play any instruments? Yes, I do. I play the piano. I went to UBC, which stands for University of British Columbia. I went there for a couple of years on an academic scholarship, and there I studied English literature, psychology, religion, philosophy, and a bit of history. And if anyone's looking to go into UBC, I highly, highly recommend their first year arts program, which is called Arts 1. It's what I did in my first year. It's an intense interdisciplinary program that mixes philosophy, English literature, and history all together. I had a ton of fun, even though it was incredibly challenging and demanding, but it was an enriching experience overall. 3 habits that I have. I make my bed. I crack my knuckles more than I should, and I listen to music on full volume when I'm working. 3 things I love. I love sunsets, I love a thought-provoking conversation, and I love traveling for months at a time. 3 things I dislike. Well, I don't like narcissism, I don't like tardiness, and I don't like it when somebody can't hold a conversation without holding their phone. Riskiest things I've ever done. I guess this one's not really risky, but I've gone parasailing, and the only risky thing about it was when I went parasailing for the first time. On my first attempt, I crashed. And then I went again. It was fine, but I guess that was pretty risky. I've also gone cliff jumping and bridge jumping. I guess that's pretty risky. When am I my happiest? I'm my happiest when I'm on set filming. And if it's a day off, I'm my happiest when I'm surrounded by people I love, having good food, listening to good music, watching a good show, reading a good book, enjoying nature, just the simple things. What I find attractive in other people. If they know how to take care of themselves. And I don't necessarily just mean, grooming and keeping your appearances nice. I mean, do you know how to take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally? Those things are really important. They really say a lot about your character and about the relationship you have with yourself. And I think if you know how to take care of yourself, it's really attractive. I also find courage, ambition, and drive attractive, and an openness to understanding others, empathy, compassion. The list goes on. Favorite holiday. I did a 2-month trip to Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Thailand. I spent 3 weeks living in Thailand and then another 2.5 weeks living in Vietnam, and that was just, it was bliss. It was so much fun. Where do I want to travel next? I would love to go to Japan and Korea. I want to do a 2-month trip where I go to both of those places. I also want to go back to Europe. When I was a kid, I promised my mom that I would take her to Europe, and I'm gonna hold up to that promise. So just you wait, Mom. How do I maintain a positive outlook on life? Well, that's a big question. I find it hard to answer because I think it's a culmination of a lot of things. To be honest, I have never been a positive person. I grew up with a huge lack mentality of always feeling not enough, not feeling rich enough, not feeling pretty, tall, skinny, smart enough. Like, insert adjective enough. I think as I've gotten older, I've come to the realization that life is what you make of it. And I'm speaking from a place of complete privilege. Like, I have all my basic needs met, so I can freely chase after my dreams. With that being said, I think, life is what you make of it. Life is not about how many times you fall down, it's about how many times you get up after. I think with the life experience I've had and the detours and problems and issues I've gone through, it's made me stronger. And since I have such a clear goal and purpose in my life, I have to stay positive. I have to have a strong mindset, because if I don't, then it's so easy for me to give up and to feel miserable and sorry for myself. You can never maintain just being positive and upbeat and bubbly. Like, I can't do that. I definitely have my ebbs and flows. Life is a series of waves in of itself. But I think what keeps me as positive and as motivated and as strong-willed as possible is my why. Like, why am I doing this? And the purpose I have for living my life and achieving my goals. Even if I'm going through hard times, things are bound to get better, because when we are contracting, it's an opportunity to let us expand after. So I hope that answers your question. I don't actually think I answered it. I'm so sorry. If anything, me maintaining my positive outlook on life is not an overnight thing I learned. It's taken years of inner growth and personal development to get to the place that I am now. And I still have a long way to go. I guess I can tie a lot of my positive outlook on life to my career trajectory and just my journey as an actor, because I face so much rejection. Like, I get rejected for 99.99999% of the jobs I go out for. You have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your biggest supporter. If you're not your biggest supporter, then who else is gonna do that for you? Not everyone is able to be surrounded by people that love and support them in their endeavors. So you gotta do that for yourself, and you gotta be confident in your abilities. I actually don't know if I answered that. I'm so sorry. Moving on. Do I have any pets? No, I've never had a pet my whole life. I wish I did. What does the perfect day look like to me? Perfect day for me would be either being on set and filming something, or just spending some time at a cafe, having a nice latte and reading, and then going to a bookstore to read some more and to buy some books. Just being with good company, having some good food, listening to good music, watching the sunset, ending the day binge watching an anime. My dream acting role. I'd like to play somebody who's strong, powerful, sexy, vulnerable, fragile, kind, and has her fair share of shortcomings. Ultimately, I just want to play a person who has a story that needs to be told, who needs her voice heard. But if we're talking about like characters, then I would say I want to play like an action hero, an anti-hero, a villain. That would be fun. When did I start bullet journaling? I started bullet journaling around 2016, I would say, or 2015. That was during the rise of bullet journaling. Back then, I was looking for like a journaling method that encompasses the structured system of a planner and the flexibility of a diary. And somehow I gravitated towards bullet journaling. How and when did I get into tarot? Well, I got into tarot around 2017 or 2018, so it's pretty recent, but I've been drawn to it my whole life. I just never gave myself permission to go for it. A huge influence for my love of tarot would be from the anime Cardcaptor Sakura. I grew up watching that anime. It holds a special place in my heart, and I still watch it to this day. If you don't know what that show is about, it's basically about a middle school girl named Sakura who one day accidentally lets out all of these magical cards into the world, and the story follows her capturing these cards as well as honing her magical abilities. And the magical cards in the show highly resemble the tarot. And not only does Cardcaptor Sakura have a profound effect on my love for tarot, I actually wanted to be her growing up. Like, I wanted to have her hair. The color of her hair was really pretty to me. And so in middle school, I dyed my hair brown, and I kept that hair color all through high school. It's only now that I have my hair in my natural hair color, and that's just because I'm an actor and it's just easier to maintain my hair like this. I also wanted to rollerblade. I have rollerbladed, but I ended up being a figure skater and hockey player, so there is a bit of that resemblance going on. I don't know if it's directly correlated or if I was directly influenced by Sakura, but I can see the parallel, and I always wanted to be a magical girl. I still want to be a magical girl, frankly, but sadly, I can't do magic. I think the most magical girl thing I could do is buy Sakura's costumes and wear them. My first TV crush, I would say it would be Lee Shaoran from Cardcaptor Sakura and Danny Phantom from Danny Phantom. But like Danny in Phantom mode, not normal human mode, because Phantom mode is a look. Favorite anime? This one is a long list, but let me just name a few for you in no particular order. Fate Zero, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Monster, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Steins Gate, Violet Evergarden. As you can tell, the list can go on, but let me just stop there. Favorite movies. This one is also an extensive list, and it will always be changing depending on my mood, but just to recommend you some. In the Mood for Love, directed by Wong Kar-wai. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, directed by Michel Gondry. Perfect Blue, directed by Satoshi Kon. The Handmaiden, directed by Park Chan-wook. Favorite books. To name a few, I like The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami. No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai, as well as Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Favorite smell. This one's gonna be a weird one. I like the smell of chlorine in pools. Yeah. Favorite thing to do on a rainy day? Well, it depends if I'm working or not, because I don't have a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job, so technically I'm working all the time. Like right now I'm working. But if I were to take a day off, I would love to spend my day at home. I'd like to be binge watching a good anime, reading a good book, listening to some music. Maybe I'll take a bath or a hot shower. I'll spend some extra time on skincare. I'll write. I might do my laundry, vacuum, do a puzzle. That sounds boring, but that also sounds like the ideal day for me too. When did I want to become an actor? Ever since I was a kid. Yeah, it sounds really cliche, but I've always known. Like deep down in my gut, if I really looked inward, I always knew that I wanted to be an actor. An anime character that closely resembles me. I'd say the closest would be Hori Kyoko from Horimiya, and that's because I have a younger brother, I like doing housework, and I like Miyamura Izumi. yeah, he's like my type. If you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. If I could pass on some advice to my younger self, I would tell her to be confident in your abilities, to trust yourself, and to have faith in yourself, and to have faith in the universe, and to see that things are happening for you and not to you. I would tell her to treat herself like she is someone responsible for helping. And what I mean by that is to never say or do things to yourself that you wouldn't do to your friend. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Hopefully still acting, still creating, still connecting. I hope I'm healthy, and I hope I'm surrounded by people I love and care about. Last but not least, why did I start YouTube? I started YouTube because I've always wanted to do it. Ever since YouTube became a thing and I got my first laptop that had iMovie and photo booth, like I've always wanted to create videos. And I've always wanted to connect with people around the world on our shared interests. I don't really have a thought-provoking answer. It's sort of like with acting. I've always known in my gut that I've wanted to do YouTube. And even though it has taken me over a decade to come to that realization and to just do it, I'm so glad I'm here. And I'm so glad I have you. So yeah. Alrighty, that was all 50 facts about me. I hope that wasn't too boring. I hope that was interesting. I hope you've gotten to know a bit more about me. Let me know in the comments below one fact about yourself so I can know more about you. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.